as most of you know, I'm Lori Bond,
And I'm Dale Fry.
and he is our chairperson on our NELCC committee. Dale, do you know when the NELCC was started?
Well, I gave some thought to that, and I tried coming up with an exact date, but approximately somewhere around 16, 17 years ago. Our conference asked our churches to cluster together, and they kind of assigned us groups of clusters, and we were assigned with Howe, Pretty Prairie, East Springfield, Mongo, Plato, and First United Lagrange here. And since then, Woodruff Road has joined us also. With the two important things that we felt our cluster should focus on is worshiping together as our churches and do community service. So them are the two things that our cluster has actually continued to do and focused on.
What do we do, activity-wise? I mean, what are some of the things we do?
Well, on the worship side, every spring we hold a Singspiration, we call it, and where we get all the churches together and invite anybody else that wants to come, and we just have a great evening of worshiping God in song and special music. And I think last year it was out at Mongo. It's been here at this church. We kind of try to go to different churches in each one of them activities. And the other thing that some of ours do for community, we do have a cruise-in every summer, and as of today, we're going to have a parade-in, which we're going to have classic cars meet here, and we parade through the nursing homes and end up out at Life Care for the residents to come out and have an activity basically there. A big event that always happens every year also is several years ago, I want to say probably
I got 11. I think Beth and I decided that there was about 11, 12 years ago we did this.
we decided, the corn school comes to town every year, and they never get the workers never get any really recognition. So we decided as a cluster to give them a meal. The first year it was kind of iffy. Some of them came, but they said, "What's the catch? What do you guys want from us?" Well, we just want to give them a home-cooked meal. Corn School, this is their last stop of the season here in Lagrange. And then they go all their different ways. And the people that did come to that meal, they went and told the others, "You guys gotta go get something to eat. It was really good. Baked steak, green beans, mashed potatoes, salads." I mean, they just don't get a home-cooked meal like that. And that has been a blessing to them every year that we've done that. And we continue to do that. And that's coming up the first week in October this year.
Okay, all right. Does this sitting on this committee take much of a person's time?
Once a month, an hour, taking what the committee does, the information back to the churches, recruit a few volunteers to help with corn school coming up. That's a big one. The volunteers at corn school.
Yes.
There should be some sign-up sheets coming around here this next week or two.
See me, I haven't got on
Lori.
that fast yet.
But there's three categories we pretty much need people. We need people to help set up. And last year, there was only a couple people came to set up, and it was a real burden on them. So that's a big one. The other thing is help serve. Not only do you get to help serve, you get to sit down with them and talk with them, have a good time with them, laugh, tell stories, and eat good food, and then tear down. So that's a big one. The rest of the events don't take a lot of activity and volunteer and planning. They just show up. So,
Well, that's good.
what brought you to volunteer to the NELCC?
Well, I wanted to be on this committee, because of all the good work that they do for the community and the churches and everything. And I wanted to honor my husband Lester, which was on this committee for a long time. And he really enjoyed it.
So speaking of Lester, Lester volunteered before you.
Yes.
What did you see volunteering for this committee brought joy to Lester?
He loved serving God and helping others and helping the community. He really enjoyed serving at the annual Corn School Luncheon because he loved talking to all the people and getting to know them and knowing their backstories and asking them about their lives and if they needed anything and any prayer concerns or just, just getting to know them really well. And he just, he took the time to spend with them. And like he said, these carnival workers only get one good meal, the home-cooked meal. And they really were very, very grateful for all that we do for them and everything. So.
And you all knew Lester, and I could see him spending time with them and enjoying that.
Yes.
Yeah. What exciting things do you see the NELCC doing in our community? And
Well, I couldn't really think of any specific things. I mean, I know there's all sorts, but just to reach out to more people, be more involved in the community and building strong relationships with not just the people in this small community, but the whole county and everything, and ways to bring the community closer and get them maybe more involved in a church or just any events that we can come up with.
I kind of also see that clustering together with other churches and brought the churches closer.
Yes.
We know more about the churches. Some of the things we do in our meeting is we ask, what's going on in your churches? What can we share with your churches, what you're doing? And what prayer concerns do you have in your churches? So I can see that also. It's brought our churches closer together.
I think so, yes, because we do ask if they are doing something special, if, they do have the prayer concerns, maybe there's someone sick or anything, so.
So when we developed this, we asked all the pastors to be present at the committee meeting. We asked for at least 2 volunteers from each church. Doesn't mean you have to stop at that. There can always be more than 2 volunteers, but 2 representatives from each church. What do you say, Lori, to others to encourage them to get involved in this ministry?
It is very rewarding to go out and do this work in the community and meet other people from the other churches. I've been, when Les was on the committee, I helped him a lot. It was kind of a backup person a little bit. So I've been involved a lot longer than just the short time I've been on the committee and stuff. But you get to spend time with the other churches, learn to work side by side with some really great people, and it's just very humbling, I think, to be on this committee and to be with these other people and work with them and everything.
So prayerfully think about it to help out with this committee any way you can. And if you don't want to sit on the committee, please prayerfully think about volunteering for the activities.
Yes,
So it's
see me
very
after
important.
church.
See her after church.